Oh God, let me tell you about the absolute chaos that's unfolding in the Carter household because this tea is scalding hot and needs to be served immediately. Grab your cups because we're about to dive deep into this family drama that has everyone's tongues wagging. Let me start by saying there is absolutely no way, and I mean no way, that Blue Ivy isn't mad at her daddy right now. Y'all need to understand the gravity of what's happening here, because this situation is getting messier by the minute. Did y'all see that premiere they attended together, looking like one big happy family? Honey, let me tell you what the streets are saying about that little gathering. Now, according to my sources, and when I say sources, I mean people who are very close to the family, Blue Ivy has been giving Jay-Z some serious attitude since this whole lawsuit madness started. And can you blame her? This precious baby is 12 years old, y'all. 12. She's got friends at school, and you know how children talk. Nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to be associated with someone caught up in such unsavory business. I hate to say I saw this coming, but child, I absolutely did. Ever since that whole situation with Diddy's arrest happened, it's like we've been watching dominoes fall one by one. This lawsuit against Jay-Z has blown the door wide open, and people are finally feeling bold enough to come forward with some absolutely shocking revelations about his past. Let me break it down for you because this history is crucial to understanding what's happening now. We're talking about everything from his connections with Foxy Brown to Aaliyah, that questionable friendship with R. Kelly, and don't even get me started on that strange situation with Rihanna that had her running for the hills from the music industry. The way she distanced herself from everything, child, that should have been our first clue. And speaking of controlling behavior, let's talk about how he and Beyonce stopped her from doing press interviews because she was starting to reveal too much. Now his own daughter can't even stand to be in his presence. Some fans are even speculating that the NFL halftime show might not even happen anymore. That's how serious this mess has become. Now let me tell you exactly how this whole situation started unraveling, because the timeline is everything. This mess began with Diddy, and while I'm not going to dive too deep into the details of his arrest, because unless you've been living under a rock, you know that man has some interesting preferences. But ever since that search warrant and his indictment, different celebrities have been feeling the heat. And now it's Jay-Z's turn in the hot seat. On October 8th, an old case involving some extremely serious allegations about a 13-year-old girl by Diddy was updated to include Sean Carter, that's Jay-Z for those who don't know, as the second defendant. Child, when I tell you this sent shockwaves through the industry, Jay-Z wasted no time jumping on the internet to slam Tony Busby, who filed the case. But whoever's in charge of Jay-Z's legal and PR team needs to be fired immediately, because everything they've done has only made matters worse for him and his family. He's been accused of trying to silence the victim, just like he allegedly did with so many others before. Now, I'm not saying he did anything wrong, that's not my place, but let me tell you something. The way he's been handling this case, requesting for the plaintiff's identity to be revealed, asking for it to be charged as criminal law, attacking the attorney's character. Honey, I may have failed math in school, but I know one thing for certain. When you're innocent, you don't have to do all that. The truth always prevails, right? This is the first time Jay-Z's been formally listed in something this serious. We're not talking about silly rumors anymore. This is proper paperwork, awaiting court hearing type of situation. I understand why he's shaking in his boots. Nobody wants extra time with their bestie Diddy in the big house. But here's where it gets even more heartbreaking, especially for Blue Ivy, who's growing up fast and has friends who are all over social media. Jay-Z actually opened up about the family drama in an interview with E! News, and child, let me share his exact words with you because they speak volumes. He said, and I quote, "My only heartbreak is for my family." Then he continued, "My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. But wait, there's more." He added, "I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirits." Y'all, this is how I know there must be some serious trouble in family paradise. And speaking of Blue Ivy, according to these close sources, she's been getting bullied by some friends following the incident. When I say bullied, I mean they're pestering her about all this mess, poking fun at her daddy, and all the drama he's been involved in, especially with Diddy. Now, these are all allegations, but trust and believe, the people of Beyonce's internet don't miss a thing. The moment the Carters attended the movie premiere of Blue Ivy's debut film, Mufasa the Lion King, where she plays Princess Kiara, the internet went wild. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Now, I'm trying to stay neutral here, but anybody with eyes can see she looked completely over the whole situation. Whether the fans are right or wrong about this, what's clear is that the Carter family is trying their hardest to maintain their perfect image. Speaking of which, would you believe Beyoncé donated $100,000 to Houston College Law Center? Now hold on just a minute, because this is where it gets interesting. That's the exact same college where Tony Busby, the lawyer fighting against her husband, graduated from. Coincidence? Child, in this industry, there are no coincidences. The family's been trying to pose like everything's perfect at movie premieres, with Beyoncé crying because Blue Ivy makes her proud. But fans aren't buying it. They're saying all these public appearances are just attempts to play perfect family and deflect from the mess they're surrounded with.
Boys come out of that character. Give me a second, because I'm still I can't believe that's my baby. Oh, that's so amazing. It was really hard to focus and to do my job after that. So I was like, wait, hold up, guys.
But let me tell you something. All this deflecting isn't doing them any favors. Poor Blue Ivy is getting even more attention on the internet, with all these online aunties and uncles condemning her choice of outfits on top of all the drama she's unfortunately found herself in. Now, while we can argue all day about Jay-Z and Beyoncé's behavior, like Jaguar says, we need to remember that Blue Ivy is just 12 years old. I don't support calling them nasty names or anything like that, but the situation is what it is, and it's affecting this young girl in ways that break my heart. The internet is not holding back their feelings about this situation. One user said something that really touched my soul, and I need to share it with y'all. They wrote, "TBH out of everybody, I am so sorry to Jay-Z and P. Diddy's children. Y'all literally were born into this mess and didn't ask for it." You can tell Blue Ivy was incredibly uncomfortable last night at that premiere, like Jay-Z really messed that up for her. Child, if that ain't the truth. This comment perfectly captures how many of us are feeling about this whole situation. And I can totally understand why she might be snapping back at Jay-Z after all these lawsuit allegations came to light. Another user straight up called it like they saw it, saying their last play card to divert attention, but nobody wants to see the show. And honestly, I can see exactly what they mean. The Carters might be trying to control the narrative, but this situation seems to be spiraling beyond their control. But now I want to hear from you, because this tea is too hot to sip alone. Do y'all think Blue Ivy was really as uncomfortable at that premiere as everyone's saying? Is she really giving her daddy the cold shoulder after all this drama he's brought to their doorstep? Are these public appearances helping or hurting their image? And let me be clear, we're just reporting what's out there on these streets. Sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction, and child, this story keeps getting messier by the minute. Keep your eyes on this space, because something tells me this drama is far from over. The way things are unfolding, we might need to schedule another tea time real soon. Remember, family drama is never easy, but when you're in the public eye like the Carters, every little detail gets magnified. We'll just have to wait and see how this all plays out, but one thing's for certain, this situation is affecting everyone involved, especially the innocent children who never asked to be part of this mess. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I know y'all have opinions about this situation. Let's keep this conversation going, because this story is definitely to be continued.